This is a message to Democrats in New Hampshire. I am Mark Stewart. You have a precious vote. I'm going to make a suggestion on how you might use it. I'd like any of you who feel fed up with a government that is unresponsive to consider the one person on the ballot who is most likely to change how things work. That is I, Mark Stewart Greenstein. If you are disgusted with the trend of the far left, and I'm not saying that any of our leaders are on the far left, but they give a base to it, and that's the ones who don't mind when Antifa commits violence. They don't mind when free speech is shut down. They don't stand up to anti-Semitism. Those are the tactics now of the modern far left, and unfortunately our Democrat leaders are giving them a base. A base. Al-Qaeda in Arabic is called a base. And it is dangerous. It may be the most dangerous thing to Americanism. You have an advantage here. Mark Stewart standing against the Democrat leadership. And because I am for more than I'm against, for mainstream Democrats who seem to have lost a voice. You don't have the mainstream that you used to in your father's generation. Bill Clinton could not be elected right now by the modern Democrat convention. I would like to see, and maybe you would too, another candidate who's not on the ballot right now, who you haven't even seen on stage, okay? I'm not going to be the nominee. But what does a vote for Mark Stewart do? Say that we need another nominee. You need a bigger vote. You need somebody other than those who've been on stage and have been unconvincing. If you're a Democrat who'd like to see less money in politics, you're looking at it. I, who've spent now less than $5,000, okay? And I will spend more, but you still have a serious person, not with big means, but one who can help get others elected to Congress and to state house seats, which might actually matter more than the presidency. If you are a Democrat who is repulsed by Donald Trump, but doesn't think any of the staged Democrat candidates can beat him, you're in that category? Well, here a vote for Stewart says we need somebody other than them. It doesn't mean Mark Stewart's going to be that replacement, although I'm very prepared, better prepared than Donald Trump or Barack Obama was going into their presidencies to govern with some very good ideas. If you're a Democrat who likes government but is disappointed routinely by the way our federal government operates, it screws up most of the things it attempts to do. It disappoints far more than it satisfies. You have here a candidate for smaller government and better government. I'm not anti-government. I think local governments do their functions very well, and we should put more things into how the Merrimack Town Council and what it can do. What should the Manchester and Hanover councils do, and put control over environmental remediation, control over schools within local, which can change things better than state and far better than federal. If you're a Democrat who'd like to see term limits, here's your argument for term limits. I serve less than my appointed term. I serve, if it were president, 3 years at most. I serve, if it were governor, 3 years at most. If it's for Congress, could happen, 1.5 years. Give somebody else a chance to step things up, follow hopefully in good standing, and let me campaign for something else. Those who oppose term limits exemplify big government at the expense of individuals. And finally, Democrats who feel that we have lost our voice, that we really can't speak well to leaders to change anything. Well, that's most of us with those feelings. And here is a leader who literally responds to every intelligent email. If I got big, it will be with people that help, with real responsiveness, real action when it's called upon, and not action based on a campaign contributor or a special interest group that might have heft. If any one of these things animates you, look at StewartForLiberty.com and consider that the maybe best place for your vote is not by padding the lead of some very strong contender, but for injecting a new contender and good ideas into a race that seems to have forgotten many good ideas. That is I, Mark Stewart Greenstein. Please look into it more. Thank you for listening here.